Good morning, my name is Mimi from Wildflower Pilates, and today we are going to run through a gentle morning stretch routine to wake up the body. We will increase your mobility, circulation, get the blood flowing to get the body moving, ready for the day. So whether you've just woken up or need a little mid-morning break, this routine will be for you. We don't need any equipment, just your mat. And let's get started. So we're going to start on our backs forming. So if you can make your way down to sitting by just putting one shin down on the mat, pop your hand down, sit back behind that leg. And then we're just going to lie all the way down, hugging your knees into your chest. And we're just going to draw some little circles with the knees. So you try to pull your knees in, circle them around, pull it in, circle it around, just getting that lower back, your sacrum there, moving. And then you can go back the other way. So pulling them in, circling it around. Awesome. I'm just going to go a couple more like that. And then I want you to pop your feet down onto the mat. Bring your arms out wide, and we're just going to let the knees come from side to side. Just stretching out. We're going to hips a little bit there. We'll go one more each side. And then we're going to roll onto your right hand side for me. And you can just let your head rest in your hands. Both legs are straight and they're coming just in front of you. Top hand can come behind your head or rest on the mat. We're just going to slide our left foot up your right leg. Try and pull that knee in towards your shoulder and then straighten the leg up. Straight leg's going to close down. And we're pulling it up, trying to straighten that leg, and then close it back down. So we're just trying to work for some range through the hip there, through the leg. Nice big stretch up and down. Trying to pull the knee in as high as you can, and then keep it there as you straighten that leg. Let's go for 2 more like that. And then we're just going to see if we can go straight leg up, grab hold of that leg and just give it a little pull. So you're finding that stretch through the back of your leg, through the inside of your leg, little pulses. And then we'll let that leg come back down. So you're going to bend through that left knee and just pop it down on the mat. Right hand's coming out in front of you and you're going to clap your hands together. You can let your head rest down. Then we're going to reach our left hand up and over, finding a little twist through that mid-back, and then clapping the hands back together. And reaching it all the way up. Find that little twist, and then bring them back together. So see if you can really work for trying to get that hand to the mat. Open up the chest there, through the shoulders. Trying to keep that left knee down on the mat as best you can. So one more there. Big breath out as you twist. And then you can bring your hands together. Roll back onto your back. And we're going to hug our knees back into our chest again. This time we're going to start to go for a little bit more of a roll. So we're trying to roll all the way up and all the way back. Getting that nice movement through the spine. So trying to keep a nice round shape, which will allow you to roll that little bit better. If the big rolls aren't really working for you, you can just stick to little ones on your back there. But let's rock and roll it out. And one more. And then we'll roll onto your other side for me. So now you'll be on your left-hand side. I'm going to come back onto my right just because I'll face you. But we're going left-hand side, both legs to the top edge of your mat. And then you're going to slide your right leg up your left, kick it up to the ceiling, close it back in. Sliding it up, reaching it up to the ceiling, closing it back down. Sliding, reaching, and closing. Nice. Seeing if you can get that knee to the elbow, keep it there as you straighten the leg, and then close it again, opening up that hip. Let's go for 2 more like that. The last one. And then bring it down. Now you're going to go straight leg up, grab hold of it, and then just little pulls. So trying to pull it towards yourself, find that stretch. Nice big deep breaths. Awesome. Let's go another 2. And 1. And then you can let that leg come back down. Left hand's going to come out in front of you. The right hand's going to clap it. And let's bend through that right knee so it's coming out in front of you. Then you're going to reach that arm, your right arm up and over, finding that twist. And then clapping your hands back together. Reaching it up and over, find that twist. And then bring it back together. So nice mid-back twist. Really trying to get that hand towards the ground as much as you can. Let's go for another 3. And 2. Last one. And then we'll bring it back together, roll back into your back. And I want you to try and rock and roll yourself all the way up to sitting for me. See if you can cross your legs in front of you and then come onto all fours. And you can just shuffle back on your mat if you need to. We're going to keep our knees together and just let both hips come over to one side, looking over the opposite shoulder. And then we'll come back through the middle, over to the other side. And coming back through the middle, over to the other side. Nice big deep breaths. Let's go to the last one here. So we're working for a stretch through the hips there. We're coming back to the middle. We're going to sit back on your heels. And then just nice and slowly going to keep that round back as you roll forward. Then you're going to let your hips come to the mat, look up to the ceiling, find an arched back. And then we'll lift up through the tummy, rounding the back, sitting back on your heels. And then keeping that round back as you roll forward. Hips down, looking up, find that stretch. And then coming all the way back. Let's go one more like that, pulling forward. This time you're going to pause there. See if you can roll those shoulders back, press your hands into the mat. You're trying to lift up to the ceiling. You can push the top of your feet into the mat, bring your knees off. One more big deep breath there. And then you can let the knees come down, sitting all the way back on your heels. And then coming back through all fours, tuck the toes under. We're coming up into a pike shape and just pedal out your heels. So one heel pressing down, then the other. Trying to find that stretch down the back of your legs. Awesome. And then we'll walk your feet all the way up to your hands. And we're just going to bend your knees, come down into a little squat. and then straighten your legs back up. So you're working for that stretch through the back of your legs. You can try your best to keep your heels down when you come into that squat, so you're trying to work for that ankle range as well. And maybe a little bit more hand can stay on the mat as you straighten those legs. A couple of little bounces. Nice. Let's go for one more like that. And then we'll come down into that squat. Step one foot back, step the other foot back. We're in a plank. We're going to go knees down, hips down, looking up. Then lift back up to the half plank. Lift back up to the full plank. Come back up into the pike. Press your hands into the mat. Try and get your chest towards your thighs. Pulling forward into the plank. Knees down, hips down. And then lifting back up to the half plank. Lifting up to the full plank. Coming back. One more like that. You don't need to put the knees down if you don't want to. So you can come through the plank. Just let the hips drop and come into that back bend. And then we'll lift all the way back up. Finding that pike. And we're going to walk our feet all the way up to your hands. And just slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms are going to come up and over your head. And then we're going to spread the legs nice and wide. Take a nice big deep breath in. As you breathe out, left hand's going to come over towards your right ankle. You're going to chop it off twice, looking up to the ceiling, and then come back through the middle. Then right hand comes over the left ankle, chop it off twice, and come back to the middle. Let's go one more each side. Chop it off, looking up, finding that little rotation, and then back the other way. And back up through the middle. Reaching the arms all the way up. I want you to turn your toes out. We're going to come forward, rolling forward, hands to the mat, and then just bending through both knees. You can go for a little rock from side to side, try and open up those hips a little bit. And then we'll come back to the middle, straightening the legs up, little bop through. Sitting back down, I like to turn my heels in towards each other so I can get that nice froggy squat there. And then bringing them back to the wall, straightening the legs. Let's go one more like that, pulling down. And then lifting up, little bop. And then let's slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms are going to come out to the side. Let's side bend over to one side. We're going to drop through the middle, come over to the other side, and then back the other way. Side bending over, dropping through the middle, reaching all the way up, looking up, and you can shake it out. Nice work. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm, ready for the day, and good to keep moving and grooving. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.